Good evening, everyone. It's Tom Sydney Bushnell, aka Numbers. How are you? Welcome to Sight Club. I wanted to touch base with everyone, to my Sight Club family and friends. Thank you for your support. Thank you for those that signed up and went to the new channel, the Tom Numbers Show, Top of Your Game. We launched literally just over 24 hours ago, and we've had a good number of subscribers. We obviously would like to have a lot more. So those that haven't had the chance yet, do go over. Hey everyone, do go over and check out the, God bless to you as well. Do check out the links below. Excuse me, I'll put those up immediately straight after this stream is finished. But if you type in the Tom Numbers Show, Top of Your Game, you'll find it. And we've got the first episode. So it's basically with interesting guests. Probably a lot of them will be well-known, famous people, but also people from other disciplines, interesting areas of life. So the first one is Michael Gambon, Dumbledore. Some people might have missed the broadcast yesterday when I introduced it, but it's Dumbledore, Michael Gambon, the wonderful actor. He stars in the Harry Potter films as Dumbledore the Wizard. So you can go over and check out his episode, and there's a lot of Gematria in the episode. I actually filmed this prior to me becoming Tom Numbers, prior to 2020, because I always wanted to have a show, and Michael, I got to meet and become friends with Michael, and he was good enough and generous enough to do the show with me. So if you're listening, Michael, thank you. I'll send you a copy. I'll send you the link so you can have a view. But we did the show, and we entitled it "Top of Your Game," which is the subtitle of the Tom Numbers Show, Top of Your Game. And let me see the message. It's just disappeared. Thanks. I think that's from Canada. I might have misread that. But there's many pieces in there where there's synchronicities of the numbers, as there always is. And so you'll see them in the graphics, in the wording of the episode. So do watch that. There's been a lot of time and effort put into that, and again, thank you for the help I received with that. And watch all the way through to the end. There's a nice. Well, we've spaced a few things all the way throughout, so it'll keep your interest and curiosity. But it's a beautiful show. It's a beautiful episode from a real movie legend. And Michael is a good guy, a good geezer, a good chap, a good man. Yeah, positive thoughts to Michael Gambon. Love and good vibes to him and his family. Haven't been able to speak to him for a few months, but I have spoken to him a couple of times during 2020, etc. So he seems in good spirits and good health. And hopefully I'll be able to catch up with him again soon, have lunch. But do watch that episode all the way through to the end. The other thing as well, you may not know this, but so I'm talking to you, my loyal, loving and supportive followers here on Sight Club, and all of you are appreciated, and thank you. So the way that YouTube works is if you watch the videos for longer, then it gets the algorithm, as you hear about in YouTube, it sends it further, pushes it further out, because YouTube recognizes it as an interesting and popular video, and worthwhile them sending it out to other viewers. So particularly with this show, we want to be able to push out further and get into the mainstream, so people can have a taste of the numbers, but also be entertained and educated, and have wonderful content to watch. So that's the idea of the Tom Numbers Show. But those that are keen Sight Club enthusiasts and Tom Numbers enthusiasts, and God bless you, I love you all, you're going to get a real good healthy dose of the numbers all the way through the shows. You'll see that. So that's what it is. So I'm blending the two together. People that I know in movies and sport and music and other interesting areas. And it has I heard some comments from friends and family just in the last day, and they really enjoyed it. And they know I do, Sight Club and Tom Numbers, etc. But I think it's having the desired effect. It's knocking on to people maybe a little bit further out but it allows them to have a taste of the numbers, and then they can get into it more themselves, and that's what it is. As the numbers, as with other skill sets within the Great Awakening, they're important to learn, because it's like we're playing a game of Othello. If you turn over the dark to light, if you turn over the counters from dark to light, then eventually the board will all be light, and we'll be able to escape the measures that have been here for a long time. So that's what, that's the deeper message. But the numbers do help in that process. They help literally decode and unravel and reveal the matrix. Matrix is 85, awakening 85, storm 85. What storm, Mr. President? Oh, you'll find out. So maybe it's the calm before the storm, maybe it's the awakening before the storm, maybe it's the matrix before the storm. Sorry, maybe it's the calm before the storm, maybe it's the calm before the awakening, maybe it's the calm before the matrix, maybe it's the calm before the silver. Silver is also 85. So, but those that, and many of you do, so I continue to encourage you to do that. But if those that want to feel, what can they do? One way that you can help flip things for everybody, globally and galactically, is to continue to share, or to start to share, truth or content. And particularly if you're a fan of my work, you won't be watching this. If you can share the numbers is something that it's a skill set that anybody can learn. It's being exposed to it, and it's something that we should have been taught, but most of us weren't. I didn't realize this consciously until the beginning of 2020, when the world changed. I did have my first number experience when I met Ivanka Trump in 2015, connected to the death of my cousin Paul. Many of you will know what that is, as I've mentioned before. But I was given a download, and I would say I was inspired by Princess Diana to look up the date of her, the time of her death. The time of her funeral service in Westminster, 9:08 in the morning. 9 + 8, 17, etc., etc. Led me onto the JFK Eternal Flame with the big Q. Listening to President Trump every night as he, guided us through that amazing, incredible period of time, and we're still in it. But that was like the real kind of wake up. That was like I think that was the first trumpet, in my opinion. The trumpet went off. Incredible time when we look back at it, and we're 2 years in now, and the best is still yet to come. So, but yeah, the numbers is something that you can learn it. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, Z is 26. But as people become aware, as each person becomes aware, and they hit a certain threshold of awareness, then that's it, game over. So if you're able to push this out onto social media, share it with friends and family and loved ones, and also yourself, if you're able to watch the videos, because the more videos we get to watch, it pushes. That's the key metric in YouTube. Subscribers is really fantastic, and I'm grateful for all those that subscribed and hit the notification bell. But even more beyond that is actual watch hours. So I'm just discovering this as I'm, becoming more and more well versed in YouTube. So the real kind of holy grail is the number of watch hours. So if you, as my loyal fans and friends on Sight Club, if you're able to watch as much as you can, the average viewership of a video is usually kind of 20 to 30% on YouTube. That's roughly the metrics. So even when I send out, I'll do longer episodes with Janine, and I'll do the big episode, and then I'll send them out in 3 or 4 pieces. It allows people to watch it. I know people, schedules and lives, etc. But if you get to watch more length on the video, it pushes it further. It gets it. YouTube does its own magic, and it pushes it further out to more people, and so that it get picked up and it can grow quicker, etc. So if you're able to do that, that would be fantastic. I really appreciate that, everybody. Second episode is Matt Letitia. Matt Letitia is a football legend. He was a scorer of great magical goals. He was a football artist. His name, Matt Letitia, comes to 170. 170 comes to football artist. 170 comes to bolt of lightning, as in Back to the Future. There's a bolt of lightning, which is 171, which is the revaluation. But 170 is bolt of lightning, which is Matt Letitia, football legend. Sorry, football artist, I should say. And Matt's had some really interesting experiences. I mentioned yesterday, he talked specifically about an experience he had in Scottsdale in Arizona. A magical experience that was life-changing for him and his family, actually. So I'd encourage you to watch that episode. And again, watch that all the way through if you could. And do like, share, and comment, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. And then episode 3 is Gus Poyet. Gus Poyet is a good guy. I met him the evening before I met Ivanka Trump in Manhattan 2015. I met Gus on the 10th of June. And the next day, I was at a soccer fundraiser, that's why I was there. The next day I met Ivanka on the 11th of June. June is 50, Donald. 11th is 91, Space Force, POTUS. My very first Side Club episode, I spoke about Space Force. I spoke about Ivanka. I spoke about President Trump. I spoke about the Ace of Spades. I spoke about Diana. I spoke about the Kennedys. I spoke about, I believe, probably my cousin Paul as well. And the Space Force flag. The Space Force is 91, 11th. So I met her on Donald 11th, or Donald, or America 50. Eileen, my grandmother who passed, I get orbs with her as well. But add those together, June 11th, 50 plus 91 comes to 141. Tom Bushnell. Looking Glass. Project Looking Glass is 228. The best is yet to come. It goes on and on, people. The magic of numbers is just incredible. It's beautiful. And it's there for all of us. We can get big Easter eggs globally, and we can get personal ones that no one else would know. That's the beauty of the numbers. So I always encourage people to look at that. Check out the Trumpology product. There will be a link in the description below. If you want to learn how to do your own numbers, it's just $17. Check it out. We've been blessed to have a lot of customers that have bought that, and excited to read it and to listen to it. There's an audio course and a digital download workbook. You can get the two for $34. 34 is DJT, Grace, 34. But 17 just for each. Sorry, correction, 32. If you buy them together, it's $32. It's 34 if you do 17 plus 17 individually. But there's a bundle package that you can click the link below. But yeah, Gus Poyet played soccer, football for Chelsea, big global club. For Tottenham Hotspur, big global football club. Uruguay, he won the the South American Championship. The South America, Copa America, it's the South American National Championship against Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Uruguay. Sorry, he's Uruguayan. Paraguay, Bolivia, all of the countries in South America play in this tournament. So it's a big prestigious, it's the next biggest thing that Gus could possibly win in his career other than the World Cup. And then Sven Goran Eriksson. So he's a football manager, he's a soccer manager, but a lot of people will know Sven as being Swedish. He's a very calm, cool character. He's very calm, but he has a steely nature as well, which you'll see in the interview. And he has, opinions on things that are happening now, and that's fair enough. And we got into some numbers. He used to live in the area near to me here in next to Regent's Park in London. He just lived the other side of it, so he knows the area very well. When he was England manager, I didn't know him then. I got to know him after that, but I've known him for best part of 10 years or so. But it was great to do the episode with him. My mum actually watched it and was really enthralled watching it. So that was a great coup to do one with Sven, and it was, and it is. I'll be doing part 2 with him again next week. He's going to select his all-time England soccer 11 that he managed, so people like David Beckham, Michael Owen, Steven Gerrard, John Terry, Frank Lampard, Ashley Cole, Wayne Rooney. He's going to be putting the England team together, and he's also going to be putting a world 11 of all the players that he managed in club football. And it'd be interesting to see which team wins. I have a feeling that the international team may win, because I know some of the players he's managed and they're pretty mega. Not that the English guys aren't, but it's going to be an interesting episode, that. And all the way through it, I'm peppering numbers. I see the numbers, I hear them, and I just put them in, when it's appropriate. And Sven got it. It was fun to hear Sven call me right at the beginning of the episode. I said, they call me Tom Numbers. He went, Tom Numbers. So he got it instantly, got the whole Tom Numbers thing. So that's amazing. I didn't even know I would be called Tom Numbers. I don't even really I use it now, the Tom Numbers show. But you'll notice when I introduce my show, I say, good evening or good afternoon, everyone. It's Tom Sidney Bushnell, aka Numbers, because Jack Kidd and there was a couple, and Jack was one of them, gave me that name, Numbers, just Numbers, initially Numbers, and it stuck. And then I used it in my Sight Club channel, and then people just kind of put the two together like Tom Numbers, and so that was kind of the people, it was a view of the fans, of everybody. So it stuck. So it's like a thing in the consciousness, and I'm just kind of the lucky recipient of it, really. So, and this has been a wonderful ride, and it will continue to just, we're just at the beginning. We're going into the 1,000 years of peace, of world peace. I talked to Sven about that, and he wants peace in the world. We all do, and we know the truth behind some of the optics that are going on and the confusion that people may see just in the in the media. But if we have a good heart, sincere, and we want to figure things out, we can, or we can figure things out sufficiently to be guided, to be comforted, and know that we're going in the right direction, and that the best is yet to come, because it truly is, people. You know that. So do click the links below. I'll put all the 4 episodes, and watch them all the way through if you would. That will really help the channel really lift off and take off. It's lifted off, it's going, and we just want it to kind of really go vertical, straight up, really, in terms of its growth, and it means I can attract bigger guests, really. I can get more. There's a lot of people I know, and there'll be times when I'll be able to invite them onto the show, because if they see that it's a really vibrant, successful channel, they'll be more inclined to want to come on and do that. So there's a lot of guests that I do know that will come on, and we've got those lined up. But as it grows, as with anything, people are human and they want to be part of the success story. And like President Trump says, think big. If you can do any thinking, then you might as well think big. And I was thinking about the show for a while, and then Janine, in our episode, just I think it was on New Year's Eve. Yeah, we did she interviewed me for her show. She'll be coming onto this show, well, onto the Tom Numbers show at some point, hopefully soon. And she said, I see massive growth. And the word massive is 88, it's Trump. So massive growth is Trump growth. She said, I see massive growth for your channel, for what you're doing, for expanding the numbers. And she's having massive growth, and she'll just continue to, she'll go 10x, 100x. I believe that we all will. We're on that path, and we'll all have the opportunity to do that, to share the truth, and to get it out to people, and the more the merrier, really, because we're all interconnected with this forest of consciousness, and it's not just here. I'm realizing that more and more. It's not just here as we see it kind of in Civvy Street. It's beyond the stars, and it's interdimensional as well, and into time dimensional. Maybe time is just a dimension. Maybe time travel is changing dimensions. I'm sure there's something to that. So anyway, thank you, everyone. God bless. I wanted to get this out to you tonight, and again say thank you to those that did subscribe and have done, and thank you to those that intend to subscribe. So I'd encourage you to do that right now, and watch an episode. At least watch one episode. If you can watch all 4, great. That would be probably between 3.5, 3 3/4 hours worth of material for you. And we've got other guests coming out very soon, so we should have some in the next few days, and you should see some more next week. And again, I got some suggestions from people David Icke was one. I am working on that, but I think that could maybe happen at some point down the line. And there's some other names that put out, and just put out who you'd like to have. And like I said yesterday, if they're at the top of their game in terms of their skill, their ability, what they're known for, then that would be great. I've always been fascinated by people at the top of their game, and people that think big and have a vision. Vision 88 Trump. Excuse me, massive 88 Trump. All these things are all there. They're all there. Anyway, God bless everyone. Do like, share and subscribe here on Site Club if you haven't already done so, and check that you're notified, because there's a few things sometimes. So double check and click the bell, and double click the bell for the Tom Numbers Show. You'll know that you're in the Tom Numbers Show because it's the same graphics. It's my face, black and white, dark, and then to light, the color picture. But the pink writing is Site Club, and the purple writing is the Tom Numbers Show. And 88 is purple, it's Trump. Black is 29, it's Diana. Both Diana and President Trump were massive, well, the first components really for me discovering the numbers in March of 2020. Thanks everyone, God bless. Take care, bye.